Good morning, Lancers. Please help us honor the United States of America by standing, placing your hand over your heart, and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. Please be seated. Stand by for LVH1 News. I am here with Mr. Edison, and we are going to do the Lancer Pride Club drawings for this school year. Mr. Edison, the floor is yours.
Okay, Lancers, we're here for our final drawing of the year. We have $20 or 20 $5 Subway gift certificates, and we have 20 names that I'm going to read off. Haley Cox, Nick Guernsey, Deborah Smith, Elijah Levy Kelly, Carly Unruh, Andrew Heiser, Robert Ross, Bryce Dill, Rebecca Beeler, Rachel Ross, Ethan Miller, Kaylee McKinney, Brianna Daniels, Michael Klingenpeel, Ben Duty, Allison Gadich, Alexis Banks, Jaden Medina, Luke Beeler, and Dennis Merrill. You 20 kids have received a $5 Subway gift certificate. You can get that from Mrs. Williamson in the main office. Now we've got our 43-inch Philips Smart TV that we're going to have a drawing for. I've got about 137 kids' names in here. They're in here, all these eggs, and we're going to have a draw, and one lucky kid is going to get this. This is for anybody who's been in the Lancer Pride Club for 3 consecutive 9 weeks. So here goes the draw. I've got them mixed up, and we're going to choose this one. And the winner is none other than Michael Klingenpeel. Michael Klingenpeel. Congratulations, Michael. Come on down to the office for your 43-inch smart TV.
Teachers are a big part of our life, and they don't always get the attention they deserve. So here's one of 2 teachers that we are spotlighting. Here's an interview with Mr. Walter.
Hi, I'm Matt Walter. I'm a teacher here at LaVille Junior Senior High School, and I teach Algebra 1. So LaVille is a good school, and I chose it because after my interview here, my only other option, or really my only other choice, was Plymouth, and I had an interview with them, had started to accept a job there, and decided after interviewing here that I wanted to work for Nate rather than the other principal. And that alone was really the big decider of why I chose LaVille over Plymouth, or why I decided to be here. Yeah. I would definitely recommend anyone to come to the school as a student. It's a good school to be in. There's a good strong community built around it. There's lots of, it's a small school, so I know a good chunk of the students here. Because it's small, teachers can check in with students easier. You feel like you're part of the school rather than just a number in the system. The administration here do a really good job of supporting staff. Staff do a really good job of supporting each other. There's a lot of it's just a comfortable, easygoing environment. I'm able to do what I want in the classroom without a lot of admin or other staff telling me I can or can't do something. And it's a lot of, they look at me and decide that I'm capable of figuring out what I want to do and what I can do in my classroom. The best part about the culture here at the school is just the closeness. There's so few students that it's such a small student population in the school. Just about everyone knows everyone, at least in your class, if not the whole school. It's an atmosphere more akin to community or family rather than just a school or a business kind of thing. It's much more close knit. Yeah. Specific to LaVille, I don't know that I have goals, but as a teacher, I have goals. And many of those are to do sort of the same things I did as a student teacher, but do them better. I've kind of gotten away from that a little bit this year in my first year of teaching. Really, this year's been more of a let's see if I can make it through, and then we'll start to improve and we'll start to make concrete goals and do better as the years go on. Personally, I would like to aim for higher understanding in students and look for better ways to assess that sort of learning in students than what I'm doing right now. It's kind of broad in general and it's not very specific, but by the end of the year I'll have a much better idea of what I want to do next year, what I want to do the year after. We are very close to becoming an A school. I think we're a B or something like along those lines right now. We're pretty close to being an A school, and I think given the efforts our admin have put in as well as our staff have put in to improve the school and be better in general, I think the future of LaVille is being a top class, top tier school for any student to go to. Kids are good, staff is good, admin are good. Everything I need, I've been supported on. Yeah.
This interview was done by Zeg Dixon and Blake Brady. Thank you for giving your time during this process.
We have not done this before, but we are going to start something new for each year at the end of the year. This is the first annual pun battle. Each contestant will read off puns while keeping a straight face. They will read them off one at a time. Whoever laughs first loses. Best of 3 rounds. This year's contestants are Kenny Kramer and Zeg Dixon. Okay, at our first pun battle, Kenny, are you ready?
I am.
Zeg, are you ready?
Sure, why not?
Okay, this is how we're going to do this to decide who goes first. I'm going to spin my phone, and wherever the top lands, whoever points to, that's going first. Okay? Zeg, you are going first.
Okay. So I was going to start off with a chemistry joke, but that wouldn't get a reaction.
Boo.
My fear of moving stairs is escalating.
Hey, why do we tell actors to break a leg?
Why?
Because every play has a cast.
What do you call a small midget that escaped from prison?
I don't know.
A small, medium, at large.
The winner for round 1 is Kenny Kramer.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so 1-0 in favor of Kenny. Kenny, since you won the round, you go first this round. Are you guys ready for round 2?
Yes. Not really.
Ready for round 2?
Sure.
All right. Kenny, the floor is yours.
A new type of broom came out. It's sweeping the nation.
There's round 2.
Well, that was a very quick round 2. Round 2 goes to Kenny, and
Yeah,
the
it's
overall
over.
win goes to Kenny Kramer.
Of what? Exactly.
Like, this was made by Kenny. I don't know about you, but doing the analysis every day is not easy.
I agree with that.
In fact, some days it can be very frustrating. We have saved our best mess ups throughout the year and created this blooper reel to share. Stop. I can't. Florence standing right there trying to mess us up. I just can't. Okay, we're just going to redo that whole one. I don't like this at all. Kenny, I don't know about you, but doing analysis every day is not easy.
I agree with that.
Some days, it's very frustrating. We have saved our best mess-ups throughout the year and created this blooper reel to share. What are you doing?
Listen!
Details.
Seniors.
What?
It's not like someone's trying to ram through the wall over there.
Email us today for a song request. Oh my.
Veggies with dip, chips.
I like how you emphasize just to make sure you don't mess up.
What does this mean? Waft? Smells like air.
Pass you by redo.
Come here, child. Yes, come on, please.
And that's your news for Thursday, man.
I hate my life.
Softball team lost 4-2. Your news for Thursday, December 2nd. We gotta redo that. It's Friday!
Shut up!
I wasn't ready.
What is funny? There's nothing funny.
I went to go save the day and it went.
Seniors, you need to let Miss Moss. This just in, Zach has challenged Kenny for a rematch. We're going to do a one-round, winner takes all, double or nothing kind of thing. So, Zach, since you're the challenger, you can go first.
Okay. I just invented a new word. Plagiarism.
Ooh. Oh, the irony.
I was walking past a shop that was giving out dead batteries free of charge.
I got my hair highlighted because I thought some strands were more important than others.
To the guy who invented zero, thanks for nothing.
What did the Tin Man say when he got run over by a steamroller?
What?
Curses. Foiled again.
I heard a joke about a boomerang earlier. I'm sure it'll come back to me.
Why do cows have bells?
Why?
Because their horns don't work.
And winner is Zach Dixon. Zach for the win. Zach for the win. Kenny blows it.
What? I couldn't. Okay. Yeah.
Kenny blows it like the Indians did in the World Series. Kenny blows it all.
Great memories right there. Let's take a small break here and highlight another teacher. Here's an interview with Mr. Hawes.
In 2013, I came in and replaced Mr. Edison after he got hired in as the new assistant principal. So it was like spring, February 2013. Yeah, I taught at the alternative school in South Bend, which was interesting. We got lots of interesting students at that school, yeah. I think a lot of it has to do with community. I student taught here in 2009, and I really liked just the overall atmosphere. It was the students, teachers, and even the people outside of the school. And it was really exciting in 2012 to get the call that there was an opening here, because I really needed a change of settings, and so this really came at the right time. Sometimes. There's always good days and bad days with any job, so I don't think that's not anything negative about teaching. Just these days, when you have bad days in teaching, it can be long ones, but the good days really stand out. I think that's the biggest thing, is that when you have a good day teaching, you really remember it. It's not like another job or another different job where you had a good day and you just kind of move on. You really remember them. See, I feel like LaVille chose me, but I chose LaVille because I like the people. Going back to the student teaching, the teachers here were very welcoming. Parents of the students were very welcoming, and I was a complete outsider. So I felt like that said something to me about the place here, that somebody who has no connection or no history with this place, that they could accept them as nicely as they did.
This interview was done by Kylie Platts and Colin Cashin. Thank you for giving us your time, Mr. Hawes.
Wow, that was good. Okay, Kenny, I think we need to get serious here for a little bit. It's been a great year for both academics and athletics, but this is the time of the year that we can get emotional. It's time for the seniors to move on to the next chapter of their lives. Here's the senior video for this year. This last year of band camp when Kenny fell.
How you doing today? I don't know if I can talk about that.
Probably in 8th grade math class, we were talking about Harry Potter, and Mallory goes, "What the heck is a Hufflepuff?" And that's a line from a musical that 6 people in the room had seen. And so the 6 of us started cracking up laughing, and no one else had any idea what was going on. And it happened for a solid 15 minutes. It was great.
Freshman year on the softball team when I ripped my pants at the Bremen game.
Every time Parker laughs really, really loud and obnoxiously, it's just the funniest thing in the whole class starts laughing. So it's probably the funniest.
Funniest thing that has happened is when Michael Butler would always get riled up in the huddle and always just yell at people for no apparent reason.
When people drop their trays at lunch and everybody starts clapping.
Dude, when Joe got suplexed my sophomore year against Lake Station.
Funniest thing that's happened is when me and Tanner both bursted out laughing in the lunchroom, and my dolphin laugh went off and his laugh went off.
Funniest thing that ever happened was in 7th grade when we put Liam Wolford in a tire and pushed him down the hill.
I have a lot of these. Okay, probably the funniest thing to happen, which wasn't funny at the time, but it was in elementary, and Jessica Tuttle was playing on the monkey bars, and she fell off and broke both of her wrists at the same time. But it.
Probably in elementary when we play football during recess, and people would slip and fall in the wet puddles when it was wet outside, and we'd all come in soaking wet afterwards.
The funniest thing that's happened is probably when I was in volleyball and I completely wiped out, starfished on the floor.
When Aislinn talks.
Michael Butler.
It is when I was in 8th grade. We were in Mrs. Cox's class, and somebody's computer wasn't working, so they ran up and they yelled "Christian Power" and they punched it, and it started working again. That killed me.
Adam mooning me on 31.
So there's a lot of funny things, all the times in math classes, screwing around, getting in trouble and whatnot.
Getting hit by a pigeon on a moped.
Funniest thing that happened to me, well not to me, was our class 2 years ago. We went outside with Mr. Melton to the little ecosystem out there with the lake, and the senior was messing with the geese and he got it good.
Story you remember?
Okay, I remember
A while ago when we were trying to do testing, and some of the kids tore down the letters to make it say ass fat, and so that was probably the funniest thing that I remember happening.
We were digging a stump outside with Mr. Banks, and Adam went up behind Mr. Banks and dumped a bucket of water all over him. It was pretty funny.
I can't remember a specific, but pretty much anytime we played fly swatter and Mr. Gonzalez's Spanish class, something funny would happen.
Looking at Dean in the middle of class, always doing odd things.
Funniest memory? Probably watching someone sneeze and puke on themselves.
Definitely does consistently face planting in freshman PE.
When Mr. Tucker was our principal and he came in lunch dressed as a fairy.
Probably when I was in a junior English class, which was like 30 kids, half of the senior class, and I farted very loudly, and like everybody started laughing, but in the end I was laughing at it too, so it turned out okay.
When I slipped in the lunchroom. When Luke Lady got punched in the stomach at our lunch table.
When Adam kicked Carissa down the bleachers at a basketball game.
It was during lunch, and it was Liam, Wilford, and Tanner Kinney and we broke out into song singing Lean On Me. It's pretty great.
Funniest thing that happened would probably be me falling downstairs numerous times and taking everybody with me.
School.
Have fun.
Never be afraid to be yourself, or to be different, because if you end up being an outcast, it will make you into the person you're supposed to be. I've generally been an outcast at LaVille, and here I am, and I'm different from everybody else, and that's okay.
Don't slack off.
You're not going to keep every friend that you make. People will desert you, people will be mean, things will fall apart, but make sure to keep one or two, because if they stick with you, then they're definitely worth it. And it'll probably be one of the best friendships that you've ever made, because the people who stuck with you through all of that crap are the ones that will stick with you through everything else.
Always be who you are. Don't change for anybody but yourself.
Don't sleep in class as much as I do. I mean, it's bad.
Always try your best at everything you do.
Get your homework done on time.
Come to school. It helps a lot. So don't skip classes until like the end of the year, and then just don't skip a lot.
Do your homework, because it'll pile on.
Don't procrastinate.
Don't get yourself on an attendance contract, probably. That's my words of wisdom.
You're probably not going to want to do much your senior year because it's your last year, but just try to keep on track, because it's better to do small amounts at a time than do a bunch of things all at once.
Don't procrastinate unless you're really good at it, because it will stress you out.
Don't mess up.
Believe in a greater force. That way when something goes wrong, you can blame something else aside from yourself.
Words of wisdom for the students next year.
Just like, don't like procrastinate and just like work hard and just like you can have just work hard.
Do all your homework, eat your vegetables, brush your teeth, don't do drugs. Especially the don't do drugs part.
Work hard.
Don't do drugs.
You've heard this a million times. Work hard.
Don't procrastinate.
Do your homework, I would say.
I would say it's like, don't be so self-centered. It's like you have to be nice to other people and put others first and become selfless to really actually become successful, I believe. So just don't be mean to other people.
Just don't let anyone else tell you how to live your life.
Definitely don't procrastinate. I know you might say it helps you because you're put under pressure to do work better, but it doesn't work like that.
Don't drop out. Don't do drugs.
and stay in school as much as you can, and don't blow off classes too much.
Don't fail your classes.
If it won't matter in a week, it shouldn't matter now.
Don't procrastinate. It'll bite you in the butt later.
Don't procrastinate, do your homework on time, and even if you get tired, just push through anyways, and don't work 2 jobs at the same time.
I'd say to try things outside of your comfort zone. I mean, I know it might feel weird, but you only have 4 years in high school, and make the best of it.
Do your homework.
Enjoy your 4 years in high school because they don't last long.
Don't procrastinate. Have fun.
If you don't think it can get worse, it will.
Stay in school and don't give up.
Just live life and have fun.
After seeing that, we're going to miss these guys. Great class. Now we're going to make you tear up. If Monsieur Florian's wife cried, then you might too. Here's the senior walk that happened last week.
nothing more lovely. There's nothing more profound than the certainty that all of this will end. That all of this will end. So open your arms to me, open your arms to me. This will be the one moment that matters, and this will be the one thing we remember, and this will be the reason to admire, and this will be the one moment that matters at all. So while the mud reclaims our footprints, while our bones keep looking back, the overgrowth that's swallowing the path. Therefore the grace of God go away. Therefore the grace of God go away. Therefore the grace of time and chance and entropy's cruel hands. So open your arms to me, open your arms to me. This will be the one moment that matters, and this will be the one thing we remember, and this will be the reason to admire, and
Stay safe this summer, Lancers. Seniors, good luck moving forward. For everyone else, well, you'll be back in August. I'm Connor.
And I'm Kenny.
And that's your news for the 2016-2017 school year. And we're finally out.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling strong. And what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken. The love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach. So remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you're gonna be with me for the last ride.